The following is a live sports presentation on Glycon.
Glycon's coverage of Southern Indiana high school football starts now. Presented by Red Ball Recycling.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome into Southern Indiana High School Football Friday night here at New Albany High School's Burke Field as the 0-8 New Albany Bulldogs host the visiting 7-1 Floyd Central Highlanders alongside Louisville legendary quarterback Marty Lowe. I'm Paul Najar, and Marty, tough task for the homestanding Bulldogs here tonight of New Albany on senior night, where they have 18 seniors recognized. I talked to Coach Cooley, only 4 of them play, but they've got 50 or so freshmen and sophomores on the roster, and these seniors have definitely had effect on them.
Yeah, I mean, young roster here for New Albany, but, they've stood the test of time over the entire season. I mean, regardless of their schedule, just try to fight through, all the youth and injuries and things of that nature. So, hats off. It's senior day or senior night for these guys. So you got to really appreciate those traditions, too, with the time they've put in.
Absolutely, and along on the other side of the field, head coach James Bragg in his 8th season at Floyd Central, enjoying a 7-1 season and an opportunity in a couple of weeks to host Castle in a sectional game where they lost to them last year in the last 20 seconds or so of the game. And he says this team, they can score, they're multiple, they can run, they can pass, and they've got a heck of an offensive line full of juniors on that front.
Yeah, definitely balanced. I mean, they can do it through the air, on the ground, and, in a game like this, too, where, regardless of the opponent, of trying to stay consistent, not getting too cute, offensively, of trying to do too much, and just, go with what got you here and let it play out and, continue to focus on what's in front of you, knowing that the future will come up soon enough.
Exactly. Keep playing it in today. And that's what we're going to do, folks. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with Southern Indiana football on Glycod. Stay with us.
You cannot depend on Beth to choose the best meal to go.
Is that soup? No, thank you.
But you can always depend on her car starting because she has an Interstate battery. Outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Community action of Southern Indiana's Head Start program continues to make a difference in development and school readiness with children from birth to age 5. As a proud community partner, Cassie is more than childcare because they also help families seek success, combat hunger, and afford housing. Visit 201 East 15th Street in Jeff or check out their array of programs at cassie1.org. Community action of Southern Indiana and Head Start, helping people, changing lives.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on home insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the neighbors first before buying a house.
What?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Contact Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packie Page for a quote today.
From Glycon, it's Southern Indiana High School football. Presented by Red Ball Recycling, Southern Indiana's premier recycling solution. Tonight's game is brought to you by Allstate Insurance Agent Packie Page. He puts you in good hands. Mac Construction. Experience, reputation, solutions. Our place where change is possible together. Interstate Batteries. Outrageously dependable since 1952. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Priority Radiology in New Albany. You have a choice. Community action of Southern Indiana's Head Start program, helping people, changing lives. And by German American Bank, Northside Security, Call's Body Shop, and the City of New Albany. Now to the field for all the action from Glycod on Southern Indiana High School football.
And welcome back to Burke Field here at New Albany High School. Tonight's keys to the game are presented by Northside Security, where service and protection meet. The keys to the game presented by Northside Security, first for the visiting Highlanders of Floyd Central. Marty Lowe.
You know, I talked about it, earlier, just about staying balanced and not getting ahead of themselves. So, no need to get out of and do anything extra. So that's one big key of just continue to get better. And then, them loading the box, on defense. A lot of quarterback uncertainty, for New Albany. So I definitely see them load the box and making them earn every bit. And then focus on just the team getting better. I mean, you coach every play, just like you would, at the beginning of the year as you do now.
And now the keys to the game presented by Northside Security, where service and protection meet for the homestanding Bulldogs of New Albany.
Yeah, you got to get a little quarterback consistency, and try to figure out that position with your starter getting hurt and, now kind of what they're going to do, how they're going to be able to do it, but at least get some consistency out of that, whether it be through the Wildcat or a simple passing game as well. So, the biggest thing is just hammer the run, try to establish, that part of the game, right away. And stick with it, and then try to clock control it. I mean, that's the biggest thing, and maybe try to get into a field position situation.
A little shorter game there. So those are tonight's keys to the game, and they are presented by Northside Security, where service and protection meet. Want to remind everyone this broadcast is authorized by New Albany High School with production rights owned by Glycod. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all participating student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. We thank you for watching. Real quick weather check. Tonight's weather forecast presented by American Family Insurance agent Mark Stevens. For any of your insurance needs, contact Mark at 812, and there's the kickoff, 283-8600. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. We got game time kickoff in the high 60s, about 70 degrees. It's a little overcast, slight breeze left to right, but a beautiful night on which you would love to be out there playing, wouldn't you, Marty?
Absolutely.
It's perfect.
New Albany opened it up with a little bullet kickoff, try to hit somebody, maybe snag a possession, so, out of bounds, and, we'll set Floyd Central up, very
set them up right
position.
at the 45, or where are they going to mark it? At the 45 or 50?
Looks like at the 45.
Yeah, it should
it's
be.
Midfield now.
No, midfield. There we go.
They marked it off.
1st and 10 at midfield for the visiting Floyd Central Highlanders. A lot of kilts here tonight. The Highlanders fans and the New Albany fans. Neighborhood rivals, they have filled up this stadium.
Yeah, that's what makes it fun. Any of these rivalries like that too, but it's a Friday night and it's beautiful.
Beautiful Friday night, as we mentioned. That forecast presented by American Family Insurance agent Mark Stevens. For any of your insurance needs, first pass down the sideline, almost picked off. A big arm on display there from quarterback Jack Mall. He's a good one.
You see him going deep first play. If they're going to corner walked up a little bit, but the left corner dropped off right at the snap, and instead of throwing it up underneath, he decided first down. Let's just go at him.
He was intended receiver was Jackson Stone, number 13. He and number 12, Luke Jacoby, and number 7, Zenza Lawless. They have combined for almost 1,500 yards receiving this year. A formidable passing attack. But this time it's a handoff, and big running back. That's Robinson, number 32, Sebastian Robertson, for about 8 yards. It'll be a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, he roll back play right there. So handing it off left, and, he cuts that thing back right, which is designed to get the linebackers to run, but get behind that right side, and they just kind of steamrolled it right there for about 8 yards.
And we will, we got on a little late tonight, so we didn't get the chance to broadcast our interviews with James Bragg, head coach of Floyd Central, and Steve Cooley, the head coach at New Albany, as 3rd and 2. There's Robertson. He gets ahead and carries the pile forward for about 7 yards on that 3rd and 2. It'll be 1st and 10 at the Bulldogs, 36, call it, here for the Highlanders. And what Coach Bragg mentioned pregame, hey, this offensive line, they can run, they can pass. They're 4 out of 5 guys are juniors. They got 1 senior on that line, and they all started last year. So that's something to hang your hat on.
Yeah, right now they're just pushing it. I mean, as long as the safeties aren't up in the box, they definitely got numbers. So.
And there's Robertson. He's 6'2", 200 solid pounds. He goes around the left side, but he's stacked up there by the Red Devil defense. Or I'm sorry, the Bulldogs defense. Why am I calling them Red Devils?
Yeah,
that was my college nickname, the Red Devils.
Yeah, 3
It's the
yards. You
Bulldogs.
gotta get your Indiana schools in line here.
Sorry about that. There's that's the other end of the Ohio River shoreline here, across from Louisville. We've got the Bulldogs on the defensive side. They're in their red on red with the white numerals and trim. White uniform clad. Here the Highlanders get to Robertson again, and he'll dance down near the 1-yard line. He gets to the 26, which is a first down.
Yeah, they're moving the sticks right there. So they're just, the downhill runs right now, and just, they're just pushing the guys up front, which big size differential, okay, from what I can see, up front here with New Albany's D-line, but they're just pushing right now. They're going to have to get some safety help, up in the box, to get some people at the point of attack.
The big guys up there up front, I mean, they are just doing a job doing it quite well. And there's the quick out on first down. I believe Maul hit Lawless. Is that number 7?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Zeno Wallace. And got almost 10 yards. You can call it 9, so it'll be second and short.
Yeah, I mean, it's, the corners are dropping off, getting deep as can be, so they're just taking 4 receivers and running off 5 yards and turn around. He's just giving it to the open guy with the corners bailing deep.
You got to like what Maul does as a senior, a leader. He gets the ball out of his hand to some playmakers, and there's one of them, Robertson again, and he powers ahead 5 yards for a first down.
Yeah, downhill run right there. I mean, and continuing just to put his head down and get behind his big guys up front, So they're going to definitely up front with New Albany. They're going to have to do some slanting or angling or, trying to bring a little bit of pressure and get some extra people in there.
Boy, I watching the Steelers last night. They needed to do some slanting and angling on their defensive front. My goodness,
yeah,
they got ripped apart on the ground. And this efficient offense from the Highlanders looking solid early on. There's Robertson again, but he gets stopped before he gets started, and that's the way you stop a big guy, get those legs before they get across the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we get the left side safety kid rolling down in there to help out, and right away, they drop him for a yard gain after that too. So, just trying to get some extra help right there that the offensive linemen are not accounting for, to try to get at that point of attack. So
second and 9 from the 10. Highlanders can get a first down at the 1. This New Albany Bulldogs defense looking to stiffen up here down by the goal line. There's an inside handoff. Speedster, he's going to get the edge. He's going to get the corner, and that's going to be the touchdown. I think that was Jacoby, 12. Luke Jacoby with the touchdown on the inside handoff.
That's nice on that inside zone, man. I tell you what, he hit the speed, you thought they had a few angles on him, but he was able to get outside the hash and sprint to the corner.
He went through a couple of would-be tacklers, but they couldn't get him down. So a 10-yard touchdown run at 7:52 of this first quarter puts the visiting Highlanders on the board. The kick is up, and it is good. We're going to take our first break. 7-0 Highlanders up on rival New Albany. Stay with us. More first quarter action coming ahead on Glycod.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
And welcome back to Burke Field. Alongside Marty Lowe, I'm Paul Najar. 7-0 to Floyd Central. Highlanders up on the New Albany Bulldogs here in this rivalry game. And Marty, that's a 50-yard drive, about 9 plays, and pretty darn efficient.
That's kind of Rolodex in the game script there too. So you script your first probably 10, 12 plays.
Yep.
They just kind of went down it and pick and choose what they wanted, but didn't have to throw the ball much. But try to go deep on the first play and go ahead and attack, and then threw a hitch, off of off corner. So, it was very efficient.
Efficient indeed. And now they will kick off, and New Albany will get their first opportunity for possession. And back to the end zone it goes. A very good catch, but they take him in the end zone. That's an automatic touchback, for New Albany. So they will have possession, 1st and 10 at the 20. I think that kickoff, Nolan Kennedy, I believe, number 40. Good leg.
Yeah, good little boot, man. Coach tried to reach up and grab it and pull it in before it took him too deep in the end zone to give him a little action, but
no action allowed. Yeah. All right. Now, this team coming out on offense, they lose their quarterback, and that's not something you want to deal with. It was a freshman quarterback in Grady Mayfield who'd been playing well and starting to do better, but he's injured, and now you deal with a backup, and none of them had much experience, so you get that first down run, and you gain a 3.
Yeah, and you finish feeling kind of like you're scrimmaging a little bit too, because you're trying to figure some things out and even filling out your new players, too. So, you start out 2 backs with an up back and, see if you can try to chip an edge and gain some yards and get forward as quick as you can.
And there's the handoff left. And that's the Jamal Chambers, and Chambers gets across the 30 for the first down. Good run around left end.
Yeah, very much so. A little outside zone, got a lead back coming outside. They really kind of sealed up the edge, to allow him to get running.
And they got senior Clay Kaiser as the third running back / quarterback back there. He's doing the handing off duties. So Kaiser in the middle, and he hands it off this side. And this time, it's not Chambers. Look at that fancy step around move over the 40 out to the 45 for a first down. And a big, big play. R.J. Long tiptoeing around tacklers for that first down.
Yeah, and a great block out here by the wide receiver Whitfield. Did a good job securing it. So once he hit the edge, that's what allowed him to get extra yards, even once he cleared the line.
And that is a big first down for the Bulldogs. Now they go left with Chambers. He weaves, wants to turn it upfield, and he planted and got about 3.5.
Yeah, so 3 yards. I mean, they're keeping it positive. Everything's getting forward, and they're still hitting inside and working the outside runs too. So, they're making the linebackers fit correctly and chipping the edge also. So the big thing is setting that edge right on those other 2 plays, which allows them to work a little wide. Now they hit downhill.
And how about New Albany? This offense making some headway near midfield. 2nd, and let's call it a long 6. Up the gut he goes. And there is a big gainer across the 40 to the 35. He gets brought down. And again, R.J. Long making a big play on the ground.
Yeah, you got
2 carries, 29 yards.
You got 4 running backs back in the backfield with your quarterback, that's your third-team running back too. So with this up back, I mean, they're doing a good job with a little misdirection. You get a lead back as well. So, I mean, it's run right, run left, but they're making them definitely fill correctly at linebacker. But the interior guards, I mean, they're doing a great job getting up on the linebackers.
A well-constructed drive so far. 3 first downs for the Bulldogs at the Highlanders 35. They go right. Chambers looking for a hole, but a terrific response from the defense. Talk about that adjustment Floyd Central just made.
Yeah, and you can almost feel as a defender, you start getting backed up against your goal line, kind of getting close to the red zone. You can feel it tightening up a little bit. So
your 5 yard, your 5 yard is now 3 yards off the line, right?
We're going to shut this down. There's really no threat of pass at this point, or they're going to have to earn it. So
Chambers gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it is 2nd and 10. Clay gives it off right side, and Chambers gets wrestled down. Ball's loose, and the Highlanders get it, but there's a flag on the play, and I believe that could be on the defense for a face mask.
I'm not sure what I saw early on. I thought he was, thought he had him up early, but.
And the Bulldogs, a costly turnover there but it's a dead ball unsportsmanlike on the defense. So it was after the turnover, and the recovery by the Highlanders gives them possession.
I think once the ball was down, I think there
was
a
little celebration.
Extra, a little extra going on there. So
These
that'll
guys,
walk them back. But
that'll walk them back to the 17 from the 32. These kids know each other. They're neighborhood friends. They play pickup hoops. They play pickup 7-on-7. They play pickup since they were kids. They know each other well. So this type of rivalry game can bring out some spirited emotions.
Absolutely. And also obviously with New Albany's offense, they did a good job sustaining that run game out of the gate.
Boy, they did. That's a little bit of a tough break for the Bulldogs, as we are under 5 minutes to go, and there is a run right. That first down run will gain 3 yards out to the, let's say 4 yards out to the 21.
Yeah, run inside the tackle right there, just hitting C-gap and just trying to push and, let the defensive linemen fit where they're going to with the linebackers and let the running back choose. And it's nice just to watch him, continue, watch his legs run, to get a couple extra yards off of that.
Robertson in the backfield this time. Robertson gets met at the line of scrimmage, behind the line of scrimmage, and he's shut down for about a 2-yard loss there, or a yard loss back to the 20. It'll be 3rd and 7 for the Highlanders.
Linebackers in New Albany, especially right up the middle there. He triggered right now. As soon as that ball was snapped, he did not hold back thinking pass or anything. So, quick fill, and they're going to need that. They're going to need that aggressive play.
3rd and a long 7. They got to get out to the 27.5, and there's the quick out left side. He's going to get across the 30 and pushed out of bounds. The 32, 33, call it, and it will be a first down there. A good quick connect with Maul to Jacoby for the first down.
Yeah, nice little RPO, little run pass option there. They're going to take their outside linebackers and send them on the line of scrimmage. Nobody to cover the inside receivers with the safeties deep, so they just pitch it out there on the bubble screen. He goes, runs, gets first down. So good choice there.
A good start there. They get the first down on that 3rd and long, and they give it right back to Robertson, the big Bulldog work, taking the Bulldogs defense with him about 7 yards. 10 plus he gets about 13 out to midfield.
That's just a great center left guard, double team from the down lineman up to the linebacker, and now they're going quick.
And they're going quick. They're going pace, and they give it right back to Robertson, say, hey, big fella, keep the legs moving. And he does for another, let's call it 7 yards. And they're lining up again across midfield. And now there's going to be an injury on the field. It is a New Albany defensive lineman. So we'll take a break while they tend to the injured student athlete. When we return, we'll have more first quarter action on Glycod.
Is what excellence in construction looks like. It's a startup company that launched in 1980 under the leadership of a husband and wife team who had a vision for growing something great, the American dream. It's 2 sons who have worked hard and earned the opportunity to carry on the legacy from the ground up. It's nearly 300 employees with common culture and commitment to construction. Some of the region's most visible and ambitious projects with the same heart, passion, and drive. It's our experience, our innovation, our reputation, and core values that set us apart. Mack Construction. This is what excellence looks like.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
And welcome back to Burkefield. The Bulldogs of New Albany down 7-0 against their crosstown rival, Floyd Central. The Highlanders quick out to the right side, and that quick throw complete for a first down to Zenel Lawless, his second reception.
Yeah, second one, 5-yard hitch. So just, as long as the corners are going to play 8 to 9 yards off, it's just a gimme out there.
And Jack Mall takes the team to the line. They've been running quick, no huddle. And here it is out to the left side, and that's going to go. Can he get the speed? No, the angle cuts him off, and I believe that was Jackson Stone, number 13, on the reception.
Yeah, left safety kid, did a good job taking a decent angle, cutting it off after the missed tackle. So, saved a touchdown, but, now that sets them up, around the 11-yard line.
Yeah, the 1st and 10 from the 11. Another opportunity, a golden one here for the Highlanders. They fake the handoff to Robertson. They get it out quick to Jacoby. He weaves in and out. And there's going to be a flag on the play. Nope, there's a touchdown. Touchdown good. And Jacoby, his second touchdown of the night, one on the ground, one through the air. Boy, it was a nice, well-designed, well-blocked play on the outside.
Yeah, Mo, I like the choices he's making in the RPO game, where they've got a run called and there's a pass built into every one of them too. So he feels the pressure on the run game. Conflict guy takes it out and then pitches it out there. Pretty easy pitch and catch.
Pretty easy for that touchdown. 11 yards on the hookup, 244, and the kick there from Nolan Kennedy is up and good. 14-0. Floyd Central Highlanders lead the New Albany Bulldogs here at Burke Field. First quarter, 2:41 to play. We'll be back with more action on Glycod.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
Welcome back. Alongside Marty Lowe, I'm Paul Najar. The Highlanders of Floyd Central up 14-0 here. First quarter at Burkefield, New Albany High School. And Marty has another, the first drive was from 50 yards, 10 plays, and you had about an 8-play, 68-yard drive for the score.
Yeah, just New Albany defensively, just trying to, create some type of confusion, try to get extra bodies in there. But, great job by Mole for Floyd Central, just picking and choosing, when to hand it off and when to pull it out and throw it too. So good decisions on his part.
Nolan Kennedy set to kick off. And he gets it down to the goal line. And from the goal line, that will be, was that Aiden Lesh? 11?
Yeah, 14.
Or 14. It's Montel Coates. There we go. And he gets it out to the 20, about a 19-yard return on that one.
Yeah, nice little return. Once the first couple guys got through, did a good job getting 2 to 3 more, putting his head down and getting extra yardage out of it.
And now we'll see if New Albany, a very, very solid first drive they put together. They got from their own 20 down to the Highlanders, inside the 35 of the Highlanders on 6 running plays. And that 6th one was, they put it on the ground. There is the snap. Now they go to the right around the edge, and it's causing a little bit of confusion, these run plays.
And that's the thing. They stay with the same formation. The first drive, second drive, they put everybody at the line. Bring the jet sweep too. So that misdirection, confusion, inside outside game. Good choices by them and a great lead off for the first play of this series.
I believe that was Jalen Wells Henderson, number 81, the junior, on that end around. So Clay Kaiser, number 3, he fakes that handoff and he keeps it and gets dropped. That was an 9-yard run on first down. They lose 4 on second.
Come back and show the jet sweep again. And I don't know if he's reading the backside right there, but he didn't go anywhere. It may have been already called and design called, so not give him too many choices off of it too.
Right.
He is their second or third team running back, so just making a better decision. But like we were saying, just may have been called out of the huddle.
And now they have the spread offense. Nobody back in the backfield with Kaiser, but now he gets one, fakes the jet action. He's going to throw it. He hurls it out to, and he loses the ball, does Wells Henderson. But he was on the ground. They're going to call it fourth down.
Yeah, it looks
they're going
like
to call it fourth down.
So to come up with a punt anyway. But, good job there of the second series of, you go jet sweep, you fake the jet sweep, quarterback keep, and then you fake the jet sweep, with the throw off of it. You got a deep guy, you got a medium guy sitting up, and then, he throws the outlet. So, you see some progress, and you see the attempt of the play call just trying to,
From having a three-back backfield to an empty backfield. That was interesting.
Not just hammering the same play, and giving them a chance.
And now Kaiser will punt from his own 21. He gets it out to about the 47. The return by do-it-all, Luke Jacoby.
So that was a great job, Jacoby, catching the thing in the air, missing the first guy right there. And
he sidestepped him. I like those swivels.
He did. I thought he was going to get clean there for a minute.
He's got some swivel in his game. Luke Jacoby sets his Highlanders up after a 17-yard punt return, that 26-yard punt, and a 17-yard return. They're now at 1st and 10 at the 30. Ball looking. Does he find his guy? No. A little tall there.
Little much. I mean, you had a little post wheel into the boundary, so he's looking deep for that post, and the corner actually played off of it. So tried to hit the wheel route, on the run. Probably could have put a little air, give him a little chance to get that a little bit, but he definitely overshot that one.
Jack Mall with his, I believe that's his second incomplete pass. First one of the game, and then that one.
Yeah, good choice, just bad throw, just errant throw.
Just about half a minute to play here in this first quarter. The Highlanders up 14-0. They hand that off to Robertson. Robertson runs right off tackle. He'll gain 5. He puts it on the ground, and they pick it up. And he lost it before he went down, and they picked it up and got the first down on the fumble recovery.
Yeah, a little fumble Rooski up the field, I guess, a little bit. Almost like it was planned, but, coughed it up. He runs really high. That's his run style. I don't know whether they ripped it out at that point or came in or gave a good shot on the ball right there, just trying to punch it out.
1st and 10 at the 20 as we wind down this first quarter. We'll take our end of quarter break. It's 14-0 Floyd Central over New Albany from Burkefield here. It's Southern Indiana football on Friday night on Glycod.
Motor vehicle safety is important for everyone, especially young children. Having the proper child restraint systems in place, particularly for children under 4 or weighing less than 40 pounds, will keep a child safe and comfortable when traveling in the car. The Clark County Health Department provides free inspections to ensure proper installation of any car seat. To make an appointment, phone 812-282-7521. A message from the Clark County Health Department funded by Health First Indiana.
State Farm helps make renters insurance simple. Our agents are dedicated to understanding your needs to help you choose the right coverage.
Call State Farm agent Teresa Lamb in New Albany today.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
And welcome back. We're at Burkefield at New Albany High School, and it's Southern Indiana High School football Friday night. Tonight's broadcast would not be possible without the support of our corporate partners. Please let them know how much you appreciate their commitment to providing free-to-watch high school athletics on Glycod. Alongside Marty Lowe, I'm Paul Najar. As we start the second quarter, Marty, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Highlanders. Let's see what Jack Mall at quarterback has lined up. You think Luke Jacoby might be a target?
Yeah, I mean, that's typically his choice.
There it is. The handoff. He runs left behind a big offensive line. He has an escort into the end zone, and Jacoby scores from 20 yards out.
Yeah, the pursuit right there with New Albany, they set the edge right over there, allowed him to scoot outside, which is he did on the first touchdown as well. But, definitely hitting the edge, man, with that speed. and taking just 1 or 2 steps on the wrong angle, is not going to get him stopped. So great job finishing that run, by Jacoby also.
I want to say that was 71, Bobby Garvis out in front of him. Our numbers are on one page. Our player list is on another. So it's a little confusing when we get to the big guys. But I will tell you this, that front line from Floyd Central, hey, they could block for you, Marty.
Maybe. Even at 54 and 76 surgeries, I might be able to gain 3 or 4.
Kennedy's kick is up and good. 11:44 to go. Second quarter, it's 21-0. Or wait, no good? He missed that one? They called it good? So Kennedy, 21-0 up for the Highlanders over New Albany. We'll take a break, come back with New Albany possession when we return on Glycod.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
And welcome back to Burkefield. We are live. Marty, say hello to everybody out there. I'm Paul Najar. That's Marty Lowe. And we're glad to bring you this game on Glycod. And they run a little squib kick. I don't think it was. I think he just miskicked it. And Floyd Central follows it up, and they get it, recover it at the New Albany 37.
There's such a split with the second level of New Albany's upbacks there, so
they tried
he scooped in the middle, and just tried to outrun the front line before they went to go get it. So, yeah, just they grabbed another possession out of it.
So they do grab another possession, and Jack Mall, do you put it to him? Do you put it out there quickly?
Yeah, I mean, it's second quarter. I mean, you got to play football. 21. I mean, that's, goodness at this point, regardless of the score.
And to the right side goes Robertson. Boy, you are right. He is a straight up and down runner. He's a bull.
He keeps the legs moving, don't get me wrong. I mean, the feet are moving. He knows where he's going and good vision. But, straight up and down like that, it does make it a target with a helmet or a punch, to the ball, which, coughing it up earlier, even though they recovered it and got a first down out of it.
They kept it going.
Yeah.
You talk about the big guys up front for the Highlanders. Robertson gets the fake. He fakes it to Robertson, and very quickly up the middle comes Jamal Chambers.
Yes, I mean, Chambers did a good job. I mean, great with his hands. You could see him coming up the middle right away, but just swatted a hand, pulled the left guard out of the way, and was on the quarterback immediately before he could even pull it and get the ball out of his hands.
So it's 3rd and long. They faced, again, a 3rd and 7. They had a 3rd and 7 on one of their on their first drive. They converted to Jacoby. Let's see. Jacoby and Jackson Stone out left, and Mall looks right, and in on the quick slant, the quick hitter, incomplete off the hands of, was it Taylor?
Yeah, it's tough with her, man, right over the middle. Linebacker fills right now and tries to hit it to him real quick, but it's a little high, so the ball kind of ricocheted off his hands. That's usually where a safety typically picks it off, but the safety was kind of outside the hash a little bit.
4th and 7, they're going to go for it. Say, let's keep it rolling. So from the 34, this 4th down play, see if the Bulldogs can rise up here on defense and get this possession back. 2 wide right, 2 to the left. And it's a straight pass, straight back. Mall finds his man down the right sideline, down to the 15. It's Zanell Lawless once again. That will be good for an 18-yard pickup down to the 16.
Yeah, you get a little switch vertical look, where they sit down about 12, 13 yards up the field. okay, sit down about 14 yards up the field, right to get the chains, but we got to
But a
flag.
penalty, we have an illegal, that's not a motion, that's 2 men in motion, right?
Yeah.
Illegal form of shift.
Yeah, so you had the motion guy, he's waiting, and so he never got stopped or he started moving toward the line of scrimmage, so that's why they ended up calling that.
The old Jared Goff at NFL New York City calling down to the officials who didn't know what they were talking about. If it doesn't look like a penalty, Marty, it's not a penalty. And that did not look like a penalty, and that was a ridiculous call. Be that as it may, it is the Kansas City Chiefs you're talking about, and the competition committee chair, head coach, Andy Reid, for the last 30 years or 25 years, as well as rules committee, as a timeout's taken on the field. We'll stay here while we're going through the timeout. But now it's 4th instead of 7. Now it's 4th and 11.
And you had the side judge. Even once he was standing there, and he kind of stayed in motion, but he started moving. And even the play went off, and he didn't throw it, man, up until a little bit later. So I didn't think he was going to throw it.
Yeah, it didn't look like he was doing the right thing. It looked like he was moving in towards that line of scrimmage. And so legal shift, good call, but it's now, as we said, they got to get down to the 27 for the first down. They're inside the 39, so 4th and a long 11, let's call it.
Yeah. 4th and long here, obviously still on the plus side of the 50 for Floyd Central, so, see what they can come up with in their passing game.
Coach James Bragg says, let's get it going. He's going to spread it wide from the right hash. Welcome back. And the snap to Maul. Empty backfield. Maul goes left. He has his man between the corner and the safety. A really good timing pattern. And that is a first down inside the 20.
Yeah, and you get the same route combination that he threw last quarter where he overthrew the wheel route, but throwing it to the field now with you have the post in the middle and the wheel route coming from inside. He shoots that one out there on the sideline, showing a really strong arm to pick up that first down.
Matt Polk, the reception, the tight end, wearing number 9, and now they move to the left hash. 1st and 10 at the 18 of the Bulldogs. Highlanders handed off to Robertson, and he gets across the 15. Rumbles, gets brought down at about the 13, so let's call it a gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, he's patient on her, man. That is one good, thing, even though running a little bit high like that, but, being patient with his linemen and not trying to force it, until they start working them off the ball and watching the hole open up, as he progresses upfield.
Let's move it back to the 19 and call it 2nd and 6 now. Under 10 minutes. And there's Robertson. Nice counter play to the left, and Robertson's going to walk into the end zone from 14 yards out. Robertson with the touchdown.
Well, he scored, man, but he paid for it once he crossed the goal line. He kind of stood up just a little bit more, and he got popped by the backside safety, but nonetheless, it's still 6 points, it goes up on the board. But
he'll take that bruise.
Yeah, great
and
run
wear
on
it.
the counter. Yeah, great run on the counter and following the blockers up into the hole. Good job by him.
He, like you said, Sebastian Robertson, a patient running back, 6 foot, over 200 pounds. And he gets the touchdown. Kennedy with the extra point. It is up and good. 28-0. The Highlanders lead their crosstown rival, New Albany Bulldogs. We'll have more second quarter action when we return on Glycod.
Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it's not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities and Our Place.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
Welcome back to Burke Field here at New Albany High School. Alongside Marty Lowe, I'm Paul Najar. Marty, some impressive drives here by the Highlanders, the visiting Floyd Central Highlanders.
Yeah, good job, picking the hole, and really, choosing, from your quarterback mold, making decisions on the RPO game too. So, like I said before, it's kind of pick it, at this point as far as what they want to do. But as soon as they picked up that long first down, they went right back to the running game.
They had a 4th and 11 pickup, like a 19-yard gain, and now 3 touchdowns from Luke Jacoby and 1 from Sebastian Robertson, and 4 good extra points from their kicker, Nolan Kennedy.
And you can see how the up backs here, they're up a little bit tighter, so that they just squibbed it right there and caught them napping.
Kennedy kicks it deep, bounces at the 18 or 13, bounces picked up at the 15, and the Highlanders swarm the New Albany return man.
Yeah, coach having a tough time when her man getting anything out of the returns right there, but it's a good thing he got on that football because it could have bounced a little differently.
Yeah,
too.
You need those types of plays. When you're talking about Floyd Central and moving on in the playoffs, these are interesting opportunities for the special teams to contribute. Doing a squib kick when you notice the team's alignment being a little odd, kicking in front of the deep guys.
And you think about it, you're coaching to win the game, don't get me wrong, but you're coaching to make your team better as well. Things that you're going to need as the season goes on.
And what a run right around the right edge. That direct snapped to Jalen Wells Henderson, I believe.
Yes. Yeah, direct snap, he hits the edge, the wide receivers seal the edge right there, to allow him to continue to run, so good job getting some speed on the edge.
Said he stepped out at the 30, enough for a first down, gain of 11 on that play. New Albany had some first downs on their first drive as well. Let's see if that play can spark them. Empty backfield, snap was quick, and Kaiser could not, he just had to down it. So they gain 10 and lose 5 on first down.
Yeah, they're getting some sideline, some communication issues as far as the formation and where they needed to line up. So, kind of expected with the inexperience and the shuttling of bodies, from week to week, or especially from last week. So that, that's what kind of led to that. They had about two people that were in the wrong spot.
9 1/4 minutes plus 1 second. 9:16 to go in this second quarter. And New Albany will come to the line. They break the huddle. They've got a first. Was there a marker on the play? It should be 2nd and 15. If not, it's 1st and 15. And there is the jet sweep. And that was carried by Henderson, Wells Henderson, for no yards.
They try to go back to him again and give him another shot. He took the snap last time, give him the jet sweep this time, and try to get it into a hot hand, hopefully, and got a first down. But, on that play, obviously the edge was pretty much cut off, by the left defensive end for Floyd Central.
Geyser gets a snap. They fakes that jet sweep, but he runs left. He's got room across the 30. He's going to get pulled down, but he gets whipped across the 35, down at the 38.
Second time running that play, where they obviously work the jet sweep, and he keeps that one, the end crashes in, so it leaves it wide open, for him to get free. He was a torn T-shirt away from breaking for about 15 more.
A gain of 13 for the quarterback, the running back, now forced into quarterback action.
Yeah.
Kaiser, the senior, makes it 3rd and 2 for the Bulldogs. Corners pressing at the line. They aren't worried about a pass, so the handoff to right side. R.J. Long gets the first down.
Well, I tell you, 3rd down and 2.5, and, Floyd Central's got 2 safeties about 12 yards deep, which I don't know about in that situation if that's a good call, but thinking that I guess they can take care of it up front. But great job with New Albany handing it off and be able to get that first down.
1st and 10 at the 43 for the Bulldogs. And there it goes, left side this time. Chambers gets across, does a great job. He lost 5 on that would-be tackle, but he breaks it and he gets across the line of scrimmage for a 2-yard gain out to the 45.
Yeah, a couple first downs, and then, you have that last play, on first down. They roll into 8 guys in the box and 1 safety deep on that one. So you got an extra guy in there. So they do a good job rallying from Floyd Central on that to the ball, keeping it a 2-yard gain.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 48. Kaiser, he drops straight back. He's going to hurl it deep down the side. He had his man. Oh, my goodness. Jalen Wells Henderson wide open, and they just overthrew him.
I tell you what, 2nd down and 8, and haven't really thrown the ball, but maybe once, one attempt, and then you get them on a slant and go. Corner bit and everything, on the slant, and, Els Henderson, running the ball and then running these routes, did a great job selling that slant.
Boy, he is a fine-looking athlete.
Yeah.
His ability to make plays in space, to make plays in traffic. Jalen Wells Henderson, the junior. So 3rd and 8. Here's the inside handoff, and Chambers is going to get met at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for about 1 yard. 4th and 7.
That was a good job getting downhill. Linebackers for Floyd Central, got downhill in a hurry on that, so, brings up this 4th down. Oh, but he was wide open on that 3rd down.
Oh, he really was. So, man, that's one you got to just give it a little air.
But you're just looking at positives, for New Albany. Offensively and if you're just looking at positive plays.
And there are a lot of them here tonight. It's just that Floyd Central, tough as nails. And Kaiser can't get anywhere on that keeper. And he's loses 1 yard or 2, and so it's ball turnover, goes over on downs to the Highlanders of Floyd Central. They'll have 1st and 10 at the New Albany 44-yard line.
Yeah, the read off of that, that quarterback call, that has to be straight out of the huddle because there's 2 guys outside the defensive end, and he still pulled it, so they must be taking the choices out of his hands. But what a great job Kaiser's done, though, at least, running
under
interference,
duress, yeah.
Communication, everything, under duress, absolutely.
Robertson gets the fake, and he goes quickly outside, does Maul, finds his man, and he's going to come the whole way across the field. And he's going to go back, and great tackle there on Donovan Taylor. A terrific tackle there. Was that number 4? Was that Alan Ray with the tackle?
That is 40 yards of running.
Yes.
For a -1 yard, -2 yard gain.
That's
but
tough.
if he'd have gotten one more, trying to get to this edge right here,
Right.
That's what he was thinking the entire way. But great job trying to make something happen. But
as I always used to say about
off.
the great Hall of Famer Troy Polamalu, man, he gets the ball and he's a cutback guy. That's all he is. He's a cutback guy. He ain't going to run straight ahead and beat you. He's going to cut back and beat you.
Mm-hmm.
And he almost got you there.
He did.
Did Donovan Taylor. So
he was close.
There's a penalty on Floyd Central. That is their 3rd of the first half. And that's going to be a 10-yarder, a hold. So it'll be 1st now and 20. They are at their own 46 now. They got to get to the Bulldogs 36 for the first down. 1st and 20. Handoff. Robertson left side. He's following his blockers. He's following and he's picking and weaving through the middle. Big gain. That's 11 yards on first down, so it'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, I tell you what, for a big guy right there, he does a great job, just being able to follow, sliding left and right. Good job with his footwork, too, yes. Regardless of, how he runs, whatever it is. Good job getting his feet on the ground, and being able to push and get back upfield.
And now another handoff left side. Robertson.
He was leaning on the outside guy right there too, pushing him upfield, trying to get as many as he possibly could before they cut the edge off.
So it'll be 3rd and 6. The good folks here, it's 3rd and 6. They got to get to the 34 for the first down.
Yeah, so they pull this into a 2-down, 2-down situation right here. So great job getting back in front of the chains.
They're going to give it to Robertson. He fakes to go in right, and he goes back left, and they've had some success running on that left side.
Yeah,
but
they've
not
really
enough
done
for
a
the
good
first
job.
down.
And the thing is, they've done a good job with the counter. I mean, he's pushing right. Obviously, the pullers are coming, and he gets up in the motion, in the flow of it right there. And
you had some big was Jerry May one of your linemen?
Oh, gosh, I'm not that old.
No, that's right. That was 90. I'm sorry. That was with
Jerry Crafts.
That was with Nagel. Jerry Crafts.
Yeah.
Jerry Crafts.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. He was with Browning. But you guys ran that counter pretty well at Louisville. And,
we did all right. Yeah, we did okay with it. We had a few guys that could handle it.
Coach liked that.
Yeah.
And now this 4th and short timeout called by Floyd Central. So we'll take a timeout when we return. 4th and short for Floyd Central. See if the Bulldogs can hold. Stay with us on Glycod.
Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it's not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities and Our Place.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
Welcome back to Burke Field here at New Albany High School alongside Marty Lowe, former Louisville quarterback. I'm Paul Najar, and a 28-0 lead for this Floyd Central Highlanders team. They face a 4th and a long one here at the 36. Up 28-0. Boy, they sure did pack that backfield with blockers. Direct snap to Jacoby. And Luke Jacoby just takes it for a first down.
He actually had Jackson Stone in the
Stone,
backfield.
that was
right
Stone
there.
that time.
And the beauty, he's lined up as a receiver in the backfield. I mean, receiver stance and all that. He's going to get direct snap. And it was straight sprinter stance behind 3 blockers and his left side. So
unbelievable
he
game.
hit that
20-yarder
like a sprinter going through there. So,
I saw
first
13. I saw 12. You saw 13. So good call, Marty, on that.
I just see the pink
Stone.
gloves.
Yep, there we go. There's the fake to the handoff and pass out wide to Lawless, and he gets down at about the 6. Floyd Central is going to be penalized here. This is the 4th or this fifth penalty, I believe, of the first half. Holding on Floyd Central. So the Bulldogs a reprieve. Under 3 minutes to play now in this first half. That'll make them march them back from the 16 to the 26. So they've had success on long downs to gain that first down before. So we'll see if Floyd Central can come up with another.
Yeah, and having, 1st and 20, and getting out of it, getting a first down as well. Just continuing to press.
Second time on this drive, a 1st and 20. The Highlanders direct snap out of the pistol to Maul, and there's Robertson. He's going to fall forward. Nope, they're going to push him back. So a gain of about 4. It'll be 2nd and 16.
Yeah, just back to the ground game, trying to get back in front of these chains a little bit, with the penalties, just really putting them back a little bit and making it a lot harder than it needs to be. But they seem to be just fine on the previous plays after the penalty, so that's a good testament to their offense.
And now Robertson to the left of Maul. Maul has 4 wide receivers to choose from. There is a penalty flag down, and that skinny post overthrown and incomplete, but it is a procedure penalty on the Highlanders. Do you take it and make it 2nd and 21 or
I'm
3rd and 16?
Back them up as much as I possibly can at this point, especially what they've done, when they chunk play it. And I'm trying to keep it at, there's 2 minutes to go and trying to make sure they're not getting that 35. So still third and deep here.
3rd and 16, yeah, 3rd and 16 plus. So they decide to decline it. Coach Cooley going to rely on his defense to get a stop here. Under 2 minutes to play. 5 wide, 3 to the right, 2 to the left on that left hash for Maul. Maul back, looks, and there's another flag, and there's going to be a touchdown, but it's going to come back. I believe that's Logan Young, tight end, number 5, for the score.
I think they're misaligning, and maybe all 3 of them are off the line of scrimmage,
Gotcha.
So they don't have anybody declared.
So it's going to be 3rd and 21. That'll come back.
And they keep going that post-wheel combination right there. They've hit it, 2 out of 3 times and missed it once. So
and this is
continue
something
the corner carries.
You mentioned about play the game in front of you, and this will be a lesson. I'm sure Coach Bragg will have a conversation with the lead official and this side judge to discuss, hey, what are we doing? How do we get it right?
Yeah, and I mean, it just, keeping it consistent to where you understand that this is playoff football. You can't have that. I mean, that'll put you in the hole pretty quickly. You're losing possessions. You're working, field position when you're getting crazy penalties like that, when you're having such positive plays on offense. So, yeah, it's frustrating, but, trying to figure out, what are we doing? So if a guy's not lining up, he's not declaring the wide receiver. So trying to get those kinks worked out quickly.
Yes. I believe another timeout called. And as we're in the second quarter, I believe we have a ticker overlay read, right? Is that right, Scott, our producer? No. That will be at halftime. We'll have scores from around the area. And the games that Glycod is broadcasting. We have 6 games slate tonight. And this Floyd Central team up 28-0, looking to add on here. They declined that penalty.
Yeah, so now we're just going to see if we can stay in front of the chains defensively, and not give up a big chunk play here on 3rd down.
So Marty, was that a dead ball foul before?
I'm assuming so.
Okay.
Yes, I'm assuming so. So who's declaring out here? Is it the middle guy of the 3? Is it the outside guy? So that's what they're trying to get figured out, that really caught them there on that
6
wheel route.
penalties in this first half on Floyd Central, 3 of them of this variety. Something's wrong, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah, they're taking time on the field now, as far as what
are
they're trying to get
about?
worked out or who they're alluding to here.
Is it? You got 3 officials, 4 officials talking to 4, 5. Every official's talking to players.
I'm just looking at the white hat. He appeared to be looking at the 25-second clock there, but that's set. It's fine. It matches the time on the clock.
Is he talking about uniform? Is he talking about? Is he moving? He's not needing to move people. This is a ball game that needs to. Guys,
this is usually where they're trying to adjust the clock that time needed to be put on or whatever it may be, but I don't see any of that happening. Like I said, the white hat's just he's kind of pointing towards the scoreboard, but or the 25-second clock, but it's just a lot of hanging out.
Well, I would be glad to take a break, Scott, if we can, and we return. We'll probably come back to action as soon as we can. Figure this out on the field. Stay with us on Glycod.
Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it's not right for teens. Paid for by Drug-Free Communities and Our Place.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
We're back, and here's Maul, his third down. They connect perfectly down inside the 10 and the 9. And we just figured out what the delay was. It was R.J. Long, defensive player for New Albany, and they couldn't get him off the field, it seemed. They were tending to him, and we couldn't find him. I guess his uniform, they were in the end zone and other side, and they finally got him off the end zone. But it'll be fourth down now. That hookup got him inside the 10 to the 9, so it's 4th and 3.
Yeah, he picked up about 15 on that one, okay, with a out route on the outside of trips, to the field. Did a good job setting his feet, and they're just not getting much pressure either on the straight drop back game.
Nice arm on Maul.
Absolutely.
And they go spread again. And here comes another delay. And it's going to be another timeout. Floyd Central will take a break when we return. It's Floyd Central on their way in. Big fourth down play on Glycod.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
Welcome back to Burkefield. Alongside Marty Lowe, I'm Paul Najar. 28-0 Floyd Central in the longest drive of this football season that I've covered so far, Marty. This has taken a long time. There's been an injury, there's been timeouts, there's been delays, a lot of penalties, a lot of explanation of penalties, but Floyd Central still running downhill with this fourth down play. They're in a tight formation this time. They snap it straight back to, I believe that was Jackson. Was that Jackson Stone? And he's stoned short of the first down. So all of that time, all of that energy, and you get nothing.
Yeah, they run the same play, but, heads up, by New Albany defensively off of the left defensive side, they trigger immediately, and go, knowing he's in a sprinter stance, no real worried about them faking it and running around the edge or anything of that nature. So good job
punching back there for New Albany. Minute 42 in this second quarter. And as soon as you start outthinking yourself in high school football, then that's when those little, young kids live off of momentum, and coach getting a little up and down with the game, a little choppy. And that run, loss of 1, back to about the 6.
Yeah, try to hit downhill, with that run, but had to bounce it. But the left defensive side right there, all of them, created that edge. So cut him off, for a 1-yard loss.
2nd and 11. They'll take their time. We're approaching 1:15 to play in this first half. Kaiser hands it off, inside handoff, and about another flag. I don't know how many we've had. I know 6 penalties on Floyd Central. I think that's the 3rd on New Albany. There's a lot of penalties here.
A 2-yard gain, little counter, but, they're going to be flag came out, had a little offsides there on New Albany. A little early movement.
Declined the penalty, so it's 3rd and 9. No timeouts left for Floyd Central. Now we're under a minute, 3rd and 9. Kaiser in the pistol. He hands it off to his running back. They get stuffed at the line of scrimmage. And that should probably take us to halftime.
Yeah, got them stopped there, so coming up with a 4th and 8 here, they're probably just going to let this
they're probably going to let that run down or.
Yeah, that'll be it for the second quarter, for the half.
And that'll do it. 28-0, the Floyd Central Highlanders, a commanding lead here at Burke Field over the New Albany Bulldogs. You'll want to stay with us. Our halftime programming on Southern Indiana football, high school football Friday night will be straight ahead. Stay with us on Glycod.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
You wouldn't notice or smell radon, yet this dangerous gas is the #1 cause of cancer among non-smokers. 1 in 3 Indiana homes tested show radon above safe levels, and those levels tend to spike during the winter when closed windows prevent heat and radon from escaping. If you live in Floyd County, you can get a free radon test kit while supplies last from the Floyd County Health Department. For more information, contact them at 812-948-4726. A message from the Floyd County Health Department.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on home insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the neighbors first before buying a house.
What?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Contact Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packie Page for a quote today.
You're busy, always on the go, and when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family-owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
When young people need a place to go and someone to help, there's always a safe place nearby. Clark County Youth Shelter and Family Services, a local nonprofit organization, designates businesses and organizations throughout Clark and Floyd counties as safe places, which offer immediate help and safety to area youth who are experiencing crises. For more information on these safe places and a list of locations, visit ccysfs.org. This is a message from the Clark County Youth Shelter.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Priority Radiology, offering full-service outpatient imaging services from their clinic at 807 Northgate Boulevard in New Albany. To schedule an appointment, visit PriorityRadiology.com.
Welcome back to Burke Field here at New Albany High School on senior night. A lot of student athletes, all the senior student athletes of the fall sports, recognized pregame alongside Marty Lowe. I'm Paul Najar, and tonight's scoreboard is presented by Call's Body Shop. They'll make it like new. Call's Body Shop with our scoreboard sponsorship. You see the scoreboards up on the screen there. And Marty, first half filled with a gallant effort, let's say, by the homestanding Bulldogs, undermanned, without a quarterback. They've done a heck of a job doing what they can to attack Floyd Central.
Yeah, I mean, they had a slant and go for a touchdown, wide open. They ran the ball, the counters. They mixed up their formations, tried to get the ball, outside on some jet sweeps, hit it down. So they were inside, outside with the running game, but definitely mixed it up, and gave some positives with that. So, that's good. And, hopefully they can build on it, when they're in the halftime, and coming back the second half.
And meanwhile, Floyd Central just having a real solid performance following that veteran offensive line that has done such a good job for them all season long.
Yeah, I mean, Mole's barely been touched, and, that and Robertson in the running game, I mean, they've kind of ran up and down the field, and stumped their toe and kind of hurt themselves, is the only time really it's been an issue.
Right. And now we see some halftime festivities from the marching band, and we'll take our second break of halftime. When we return, we'll do a recap of the scoring plays, show you some of the band performance here as they are out on the field right now during halftime. You stay with us, folks. More to come right here on Glycod.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
I love how you're always thinking ahead.
Well, they don't call me Prepared Pat for nothing.
Guess that makes you forward-thinking Fiona.
Gotta protect your dreams. Life's better when you're under our roof.
And that would be? Relieved Rudy?
Save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
For a quote, contact American Family Insurance Agent Mark Stevens today.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
Whether you're a new or long-time patient, you know that when you call Dr. Todd Carter, you'll be treated like family. For over 25 years, Dr. Carter's been providing quality dentistry for patients throughout southern Indiana, from regular dental exams and cleaning to restorative and cosmetic procedures. Let their dedicated and established team take care of your family today. Call Dr. Todd Carter at 812-944-5155 or visit drtoddcarter.com.
Parents want to do what's best for their children. Teenagers love a party, and often alcohol is involved at those parties. While some people think that hosting those parties in their homes will keep their kids safe, it's wrong, and it's illegal to allow your teens and their friends to consume alcohol on your property. In fact, it's a felony. Parents who host lose the most. Don't be a party to underage drinking. Funding provided in part by the State of Indiana Division of Mental Health Services. For more information, go to ourplaceservices.org.
State Farm helps make renters insurance simple. Our agents are dedicated to understanding your needs to help you choose the right coverage.
Call State Farm agent Teresa Lamb in New Albany today.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
Well, welcome back to Burkefield. I think you got my glasses, Scott. Did you? Nope, there they are. Thank you, buddy, because now I got to read something here. How is everyone? Welcome back. We've got halftime festivities out there alongside Marty Lowe. I'm Paul Najar. And now we've got to go to our scoring summary. Look at tonight's first half scoring presented by German American Bank. Home of the School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for more information. Marty, early on, it was all Highlanders. That first possession, 50 yards down the field, 10 plays, 10-yard TD run by Luke Jacoby, kicked by Nolan Kennedy, made it 7-0. And then the response from New Albany, a great drive. They go from their 20, they took it about 50-plus yards, fumbled the ball inside the 30, and that gave Floyd Central the ball back, and Floyd Central went down to score again. It was an 11-yard TD pass, Mull to Jacoby, to go up 14-0 with the kick from Nolan Kennedy. Second quarter at 11:44, Floyd Central came out. It was a great design run, 20-yard TD run for Luke Jacoby. That's 3 touchdowns in a row for Jacoby, puts him up 21-0 with the kick from Kennedy. And then less than just a little over 2 minutes later, at 9:37 of the second quarter, a 14-yard TD run from Sebastian Robertson, the big running back from Floyd Central. And that was all the scoring. The last 9.5 minutes, no scoring from either team. And to be honest, very good defense from the, especially on that last drive where Floyd Central gets the whole way down inside the 10, and New Albany defense stops them on 4th down.
Yeah, I mean, they had a wheel route, that was open, had a chance to score on it, with the first down, but, penalties and, you start to get a little complacent. It gets to be 28-0, and you put a couple scores up quickly. So, that's kind of maybe losing a little bit of focus, and, hopefully that'll carry into the second half, that they clean that up heading into the future.
And that right there is your first half scoring summary, brought to you by German American Bank, home of the School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for more information. And we'll be back with more analysis and set you up for the second half when we return. Stay with us on Glycod.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
Community Action of Southern Indiana's Head Start program continues to make a difference in development and school readiness with children from birth to age 5. As a proud community partner, Cassie is more than childcare because they also help families seek success, combat hunger, and afford housing. Visit 201 East 15th Street in Jeff or check out their array of programs at cassie1.org. Community Action of Southern Indiana and Head Start. Helping people, changing lives.
With a wide range of products including video surveillance, door access, fire alarm monitoring, or burglar alarms, Northside Security ensures top service at an affordable price. Their team will efficiently plan and install your system, then train you with 24-hour monitoring. For more, contact them at 812-282-3142 or get a quote online at northsidesecurity.com. Northside Security in Clarksville, where service and protection meet.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
With cardiac emergencies happening more often than ever, the Clark County Health Department offers Pulse Point. It's a set of 911 connected apps that empower everyday citizen responders to provide life-saving assistance, as well as locations of nearby AED equipment. If you've been trained in CPR, you can download the app at pulsepoint.org, Google Play, or the App Store. Get the app, save a life. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
At German American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice, filling up your tank, Buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
Back to Burkefield here at New Albany High School, where the Highlanders of Floyd Central lead New Albany at the half, 28-0. And alongside Marty Lowe, I'm Paul Najar. As we're winding down halftime festivities, and New Albany just coming out from the locker room, so they might add a minute or two onto the scoreboard for warm-ups to get ready for the second half. And as we mentioned, Marty, a solid first half for Floyd Central. I don't know if I was a coach, I would dissect that last drive from Floyd Central and look at it from the perspective of what did we do wrong as coaches?
You're just the communication and making sure you're getting lined properly and just making sure that we're focusing on the little things, that are going to play, into future playoff games of those things. So that's what we talked about early in the broadcast about just making sure your team is getting better, and they're focusing on those things, moving forward other than what the scoreboard says.
And we did get 3 minutes put back on the clock, but now about New Albany in that first half. What would you like to see from them here in this second half? A young team filled with a lot of underclassmen. What would you like to see from the homestanding Bulldogs?
Well, if I'm coaching them, we're not looking at the scoreboard. We're playing at 0-0. We're looking at, what kind of plays, what kind of packages we're working, and what are we trying to get out of each play, and everyone doing their job, their angles, their steps, their calls, making sure my quarterback is handling everything. Defensively, we're getting adjustments, we're getting the calls in. Those are the things that I'm coaching in, where as far as the focus and the motivation from that, but just keeping their eyes away from that scoreboard the best we possibly can.
And that will take us to, I believe, the second half kickoff. Floyd Central will kick it off to New Albany here. I think the clock will go back down to 0 soon. If not, well, why don't we are we good on break, Scott? We're all good? They're just waiting for the officials to call them out to the field, so we can take a minute break or half-minute break. We'll come back with the second half kickoff. Stay with us on Glycod.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on home insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the neighbors first before buying a house.
What?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Contact Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packie Page for a quote today.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
Welcome back to Burkefield. Alongside Marty Lowe, I'm Paul Najar, and it is about time to start the second half. I never understand why they put 15 minutes on the clock at halftime for high school games, because it never goes 15. Yeah. It always goes plus 15.
Well, and you have the home team, 20. Comes out a little bit late, and, there's only 2 minutes.
You've got the band playing. They did a great job, the New Albany band, with their performance.
Yeah, they did.
Always like to see that. And now the team's just getting ready. Last moment instructions before Floyd Central will kick off to start this second half.
In New Albany, we get the ball first. What can we establish? Can we get 2 first downs, right away? Do we go back to what we did that first drive, or do we need to, mix up formations a little bit more and making sure our playmakers are getting the ball and, trying to work outside on some runs and then hit downside. But, that little slant and go and trying to catch Floyd Central.
Boy, that
napping a little bit.
That was so nice. That was such a nice play.
Yeah, so little things like that, taking those positives away from it.
Sure thing. Nolan Kennedy going to put the ball down on the tee. We're about ready for the second half kickoff. New Albany Looking at an interesting alignment here on this return. Four guys across the front, just 10 yards away, 5 yards, almost like 5 guys, almost like waiting on that fake. They spread out, as does the Highlanders.
Yeah, when they had the little squib kick, you had the 2 guys that were a little wider than that. So, they're just making sure they don't give up anything crazy again.
Kennedy puts it deep down to the 10. It is picked up by, out to the 30. That's number 14. That's Montel Coates, who has had some success in the return game, but got about 20 on that one.
Yeah, getting the ball out across the 25 to the 30-yard line right there to start out. That's a good little start right there, and making sure our backs up aren't against the wall, and starts New Albany out on a positive.
So they start at the 30. New Albany offense huddled on the sideline. You see big number 77. I want to say that's Eiler Alford, or one of the big guys who's out there at center. Like I said, our numbers don't align with our names. Kaiser hands it off. And Jamal Chambers hunting for some yardage, some room somewhere. Yeah, he can't find any.
He was even trying to keep his legs going, with 2 guys had him wrapped up, but they were warming him up over there, trying to put him in at running back to see kind of what he could do this second half to get him going.
That's a loss of 1, so we're 2nd and 11. The Bulldogs 2 aside of Kaiser in the pistol. Kaiser hands it off to his right, and that run will gain about 2, get across the 30 to the 31.
Yeah, he knifed that one back inside, nicely, okay, man. But, just a big stone wall right there, okay, which, sets up this 3rd down and a big decision right here in this first drive of the second half.
New Albany, Floyd Central, neighborhood rivals, neighbor school rivals. Many of these young men were good friends from opposite schools. Now this big 3rd down play. Kaiser just sprint right roll. He's going to go deep. He's going to find a guy open, and there's going to be a flag. No flag? Oh, the official put his hand towards it, and he said nope. That was a good play.
He let it play out, if he'd have got kind of a little more contact, from Jacoby at safety or whatever, that he may have thrown that, but he sure reached for it.
Yeah, he did. Jalen Wells Henderson he had to come back for that. Couldn't quite get it.
And here's usually, man, where if he kicks it straight to him, this is definitely punt return to the house. Parts of the field right here.
Kaiser will punt from the 30, and he has to rush it, and that goes straight up in the air. It comes down at the 32, bounces forward to the 37, and it's down at the 37, a 7-yard punt. Boy, they got in on the rush, and he had no choice but to put it straight up over the diving, blocking attempt.
Yeah, snapper rolled it back to him, which, for him to even get it and try to get his feet set to kick it, and then it's almost like his toe was straight up and down, and about a 6-yard
I have a feeling
punt.
you had to do that in high school too, didn't you?
Ooh,
never punt, never kick?
Yeah, I did. I actually did. My last year I punted, I actually enjoyed it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Put that ball downfield.
Absolutely.
Flip the field.
Yeah.
Then you had to go back and play safety, right?
No, I didn't play any defense.
As Jack Mall doesn't have to do that either. He gets it out quickly to the left side, and that 1st down play will net about 20 yards down to the 6-yard line.
Yeah, just continue to run a slant from the inside to hold the outside linebacker, and then just as long as the corner's deep, they throw the hitch out there. Nice little pitch and catch. Downhill run there, okay, man, with the big boy again on that 1st down, so that was solid 4 yards.
And now he plunges forward. That's Robertson.
Yeah, they stick to the ground game. Once they picked up the big yardage, in the passing game, next first down, they kind of flip it and get back to the run game.
Crunch it through.
Once they get inside the 20 like that. So, he's grounding, for every yard.
So
got a helmet issue here.
Helmet issue.
Little equipment.
Number 55.
Yeah, Gunnar Fortner.
Gunnar Fortner. One of those 4 junior starters, 2-year starters. Oh, my goodness. Again, with the stoppage. This is game 8. Well, there's an equipment issue, and New Albany's number 43, Chris McWilliams, coming back out onto the field. 3 in the backfield, and they get it to Mull, who hands it to Robertson. Robertson trudges ahead inside the 5 for a first down.
Yeah, you get inside the 12. They, 3 counters, once they've hit that part of the field, so does a good job, it really does, on the handoff, and just working back the other way because he lines up on the same side as the counter, when you're in the gun like that. So, good following of those blockers up inside.
First and goal from the 5. Wide right and wide left for Mull. Mull in the pistol. He goes under center, and he hands it back off to Robertson, and that's a sitting duck back there. He loses a yard. Good defense from New Albany's Chambers, Jamal Chambers.
Down to the 5, and Mull gets under center like that, which you haven't. I was kind of waiting to see if they were having an exchange issue. They've been in the gun and the pistol, so much, but, he's underneath on that one.
You bring up a good point, especially on short yardage and teams that run the pistol. When they got to go short yardage, when they got a pressure snap to make, do you go under center? That's a hard choice.
It's tough, it is, especially if you haven't been doing it regularly. But.
No. And that is Mull taking it himself for about 2 yards down to the 3. There have been some interesting decisions on play calls for Floyd in their last 2 drives. And you're getting down to this, and you've had success with certain things. I guess they're looking for maybe success from other things.
Yeah, maybe they're just looking.
Or it's just good defense from New Albany.
Yeah, good, but a couple times you're giving it to Stone, and then you let your quarterback Mull run those, instead of just giving it to your big guy. But I would think here on 3rd down, that might be what you're going to get.
And maybe putting something on tape as he fakes to Robertson and the great out to the flat for the touchdown to put Floyd Central up 34-0.
Yeah, so your run-pass option there, the outside linebacker crashes in, so he pulls it out, flat route, takes it out there, and outflanks the whole defense. So pretty easy pitch and catch out there for the touchdown.
And this, for the extra point, Nolan Kennedy. So that was a 3-yard touchdown pass. The snap, the hold, the kick is up and good. And it is 35-0 here. 7:25 to play, 3rd quarter. We will come back. More 3rd quarter action from Burkefield on Glycod.
Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
Whether you're a new or long-time patient, you know that when you call Dr. Todd Carter, you'll be treated like family. For over 25 years, Dr. Carter's been providing quality dentistry for patients throughout southern Indiana, from regular dental exams and cleaning to restorative and cosmetic procedures. Let their dedicated and established team take care of your family today. Call Dr. Todd Carter at 812-944-5155 or visit drtoddcarter.com. You're watching Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
And welcome back to Burkefield here at New Albany High School. 35-0. The Highlanders of Floyd Central lead the homestanding senior night, playing New Albany Bulldogs alongside Marty Lowe. I'm Paul Najar. And they finished that one off pretty well.
Yeah, they did. Obviously, get right back to focus, coming out the third quarter, first series. And, they'll probably come out of the game now, too. So that's probably what they're told, that, you got one, you handle your business, then we'll start, funneling bodies in the game, at 35-0. So they did a good job. Good job getting back to the basics.
And this will be after we kick off here, it'll be a running clock as the lead is 35 now. And the kickoff from Kennedy goes back to the 5. Picked up there by Coates. Coates dropped it, picked it back up. And he'll get out to about the 18, 13-yard return for Coates.
Yeah, he needed a handle on that one. He caught it first, dropped it once, and then, try to adjust again.
A great kick by Kennedy. It pushed him backwards.
Yeah.
And it was, it was sort of floating back there.
Yeah, so
that's
got him
a tough one to handle.
Yeah, back inside the 20 now on that one. So wasn't able to get ahead of steam, to get upfield to try to get a few more out of that.
New Albany Bulldogs out of the huddle from the sideline. They take the field, and it's Clay Kaiser at quarterback. He's been doing the job all night. He's a running back, but he's running it out of the Wildcat type. And there is a fake on the jet sweep, and he keeps it himself. Kaiser gets about a yard and a half out near the 20, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, quarterback keep right there, back over the right side, wasn't able to get outside, if that was the intent for the play. But, they definitely didn't buy the jet sweep, which I would think if they were calling plays and looking at what they're doing on that, I would definitely come back and hand it off on that jet sweep to Wells Henderson.
Yes. He shows some promise for sure. Empty backfield for Kaiser. He's straight drop. He's hopping, looking. He's heaving it deep. There is his man. And again, it's just a little short. He has to fight back to get it, does Jalen Wells Henderson. And
you know what I like, though, even from New Albany, is that, they could run it 3 times and punt it. At this point they could. They could pick, 3 running plays and hope they gain 2 or 3 yards and just let, the clock's going to run anyway. But, trying to force some things, trying to push some things and make some things happen and take advantage of their guys. So
Jalen Wells Henderson has been open downfield 4, 5 times.
So you can see, thinking about the future, just thinking about, who our playmakers are and what we can make
He's one of them.
from that right now. Absolutely.
He's a junior, and that freshman quarterback of theirs, that Grady Mayfield kid, he's just a freshman. But 6 foot, and he's got a lot of body to grow into.
Yeah, and this is where they run the jet sweep, and they do give it to Wells Henderson on that one. But, you're kind of behind the chess pieces a little bit, and, you're kind of behind a few steps. So
he's had to run 3,
get outside.
He's had to run 3 sprints on this series.
Yeah, absolutely.
The first one where he had to fake the jet sweep. The second one where he runs it deep, and then there's a flag on the play. It's against Floyd Central, and the clock's still running. They'll mark that off from the 18 out to the 33, 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, like the personal foul on them after the.
That is the 7th, I believe, on Floyd Central.
Keeps New Albany's offense on the field. Keeps them working, getting some plays in. If I'm these guys right here, man, I'm trying to
make every play you can, right?
Absolutely. I'm just trying to look at the positive part and what can I do and make my job.
And there will be a motion penalty.
Yeah.
I believe that is number 5 on New Albany. So prior to the snap, it'll be 1st and 15 from the 28.
Yeah, because, even if I'm New Albany, I'm down 35-0, I'm just focusing on me, my play, what is my job, that's what you're coaching them to do.
Student section for the Bulldogs still down there and in their colors, and the crowd's still pretty big here tonight. Still a lot of people on this side. R.J. Long gets the ball, little slant off the right side for 3. It'll be 3rd and 12. I'm sorry, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, and the pistol behind the quarterback, just a straight downhill run and trying to pick a hole and, where the push is from the offensive line.
Now out of the huddle. Here comes Kaiser. Kaiser turns, hands it off into backfield, and it just, R.J. Long was met as soon as he handed it off, so it'll be 3rd and 15 again.
Yeah, they try to pull the backside tackle or whatever, and once he pulled, the defensive end crashed in, and made the play immediately.
So 3rd and 15 for the Bulldogs.
He met him in the backfield in a hurry on that one, didn't he? Goodness.
I did that one time.
Yeah.
Grade school.
Making a play.
I took the handoff.
Just a guy making a play.
I knocked down a pitch. I took a handoff once. That was it. That's all I needed for my defensive line. Oh, and back to pass. Kaiser escapes the sack. Hey, Kaiser runs left. Across the 30, across the 40. Is he going to get to the 50? He is. He gets a beautiful block from R.J. Long and gets across the 45 down to the 43 of the Highlanders.
You see big Zach Gasson. Guys just showing excitement. They get a big play. You're running back here. Goodness gracious. Yeah, but
makes it happen.
Watching him go downfield, gets a big block, and then your big guys just having a good time. We're just playing ball right now, so like to see that from these guys.
And there's Long. He's going to go right, dance through a little bit of a hole, but he only gets 2 yards. Close quickly. He's tripped up. He's about two-yard gain, so he's 2nd and 8.
Try to pull one, go into the power game, and they don't get as much push, to the backside on that play quite as much on that one.
Yeah, I guess that's a no gain, so we'll call it 2nd and 10. I thought he had a little bit of forward push.
Even on the last play, it was straight rollout. They got him cut off. He couldn't really see, but, even to make a play on that as well. Guys kept working after the
big run. Now Kaiser looking. He's going to put it up in the air. He's got some air under it this time, but
he's sitting back there.
Henderson.
He's sitting back there for a good beat and a half. Just thinking, he's got maybe more arm than he does. That he's going to sling it 90. So you like to see him get it out of his hand quicker, and give his guy a chance to go up and make a play before the safety in the corner converge.
Yeah, it's really tough. It's tough for a newcomer at quarterback to trust that. And there's a penalty on Floyd Central. End of the 3rd quarter. We're going to return 4th quarter action straight ahead on Glycod.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
Welcome back to Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod. Alongside Marty Lowe, I'm Paul Najar. 4th quarter action starting as that 10-yard penalty on Floyd Central gives New Albany a 1st down at the Floyd Central 33 and cutting upfield. Chambers gets out. Oh, and he reaches out to go down about the 21-yard line.
That's a
12 yards on 1st down.
That's a big bowling ball coming through the middle right there, man. Good legs churning right there, but good push. Opened up a good hole right there in the B gap to the right side. That was good see and good push there.
Jamal Chambers for the 1st down. It's 1st and 10 at the 21. And Kaiser fakes the handoff right, goes around left edge. He's going to scamper for about 6 yards, and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 15, so it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, design quarterback run right there and just using his speed, to get to the edge and, gaining yards as he went, and working upfield to the sideline. So good 5-yard gain.
2nd and 5, Bulldogs in the pistol. 2 running backs flanking Kaiser. He gets it off to R.J. Long, and Long looks left, goes to the middle, and is swarmed over by a couple of big bodies there from the middle of the Floyd Central defense.
It was an early on good thought, to hit the brakes and think I'm going to cut back and everything, but the wall of the backside defenders.
Way it flowed quickly.
Yeah, we're waiting on him.
Inside the 14 now, it's 3rd and 3 for the first down for the Bulldogs.
They got 2 down right here, so they can still stick to the run game and the choices they've been making. So good situation for them here.
2 wide. Kaiser looks immediately, and he throws it to the corner. That's get up there and get it, Mr. Wells Henderson. He does. They've tried that deep ball to him 4 or 5 times tonight, and Marty, they finally got it.
I tell you what, get it to your playmaker, one way or the other. Jet sweep, faking the jet sweep, deep ball, post, fade. One way or the other, man, we're going to keep doing it. And how proud are you to be, for the New Albany faithful here that they stick with it.
And how about the memory? How about the memory for senior Clay Kaiser and these senior players for New Albany?
You get down 35-0 and it'd be real easy, as we said, to just hand it off, and I even thought with 2 plays, but they decided to let our guy Kaiser drop back right there, man, throw the fade up to him, let his guy go make a play.
And he did. But the kick, extra point, could not get the conversion. That was Joe Abbott, I believe, the freshman, could not get the conversion. So with under 9 minutes to play, the score is 35-6. We'll return with New Albany kicking off to Floyd Central on Glycod.
Hi, folks. Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
And welcome back. It's 35-6. And alongside Marty Lowe, I'm Paul Najar. Where's that replay? Scott, you said you're going to call it up here. Where that replay is, into the corner. Just a nice little fade route from about 13 yards. And this time he went up and high-pointed that one.
He did. He had a chance, with the ball placement, whether the corner thought they were just going to run it and kind of slow played it. But he put the ball, right there where his guy could make a 50-50 ball, went up and snatched it. So excellent, for them to get on the board right here late in the game.
And now the kickoff. And that squib kick out of bounds. That will draw a flag. No? And they're asking the clock operator to start the clock. They're asking the clock. No, they kept winding the clock. You got to start. No? What's going? There we go. All right. All right, so it's a bad kick. They're going to kick it again.
So even with you get under the 35 rule,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter once you hit it and go back.
Once you hit it,
just stays.
And in some states they'll run the clock through the touchdown from one end to the other, but they don't do that in Indiana, and I think they stopped doing that in Kentucky as well.
I got you.
But the running clock, the official, after a penalty like that, they want to run it. Mm-hmm. So Southern Indiana football Friday night. And I don't know what the call is for here now.
They only have 10
guys.
On the kickoff. Yeah,
they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. And This is where the phrase, attention must be paid.
Got to finish.
Yes, got to finish.
We scored, great, but we got to finish.
Keep going.
You're on the kick. 87, you're on the kickoff team.
You got to be there.
You know, Thompson, you've been on the kickoff team the entire year. You still are.
Let's make it happen.
Nothing's changed.
Let's make it happen. Here's the kick.
See if he gives him a chance to return it.
From the 35, the boot. It is end over end, picked up at the 25. He moves from the right side to the left side, does the return man. That is number 0, Donovan Taylor. Donovan Taylor goes back right. He picks up some blocks. He's across the 50, across the 40. He's going to get tracked down right at the 32-yard line and pushed out of bounds. Terrific return. A 48-yard return. For
no holding, no black
Donovan
in the
Taylor.
back, especially with all that different movement. That's almost a miracle that no flags were dropped.
He's a cutback guy.
He definitely a cutback guy. And his guys took care of business, too. Kept the right angles and hands to themselves.
Well done all around.
Yeah.
1st and 10 for Floyd Central from the 32 of the Bulldogs. From the pistol, empty backfield. Maul over the middle, wide open. Jacoby, will he score again? Luke Jacoby stretches for his 4th touchdown of the night.
So I don't know if this is, because these guys are crosstown rivals or whatever it is, but they throw a fade for a touchdown and don't just do it, and then do we just come back on the first play and
boom, let it go?
We throw a seam post over the middle versus 2 safeties.
Some guys will remember that.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I don't know.
Oh, man. So Jacoby gets his 2nd receiving touchdown of the night to go with 2 running touchdowns.
Just when you thought they were going to run it, 6, 7, 8 times and get out of here with a running clock, you throw a laser over the middle.
That went for 32 yards. Nolan Kennedy, kick is up, and it is good. 42-6. Floyd Central leads here. We'll take a break and return with a kickoff to New Albany on Glycod.
Motor vehicle safety is important for everyone, especially young children. Having the proper child restraint systems in place, particularly for children under 4 or weighing less than 40 pounds, will keep a child safe and comfortable when traveling in the car. The Clark County Health Department provides free inspections to ensure proper installation of any car seat. To make an appointment, phone 812-282-7521. A message from the Clark County Health Department funded by Health First Indiana. You're watching Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
And welcome back to Burke Field here at New Albany High School. Let's take a look at this touchdown replay. From the 32, you see Maul back to pass, straight drop, and he finds right down the seam Jacoby, and he takes a hit at the 10, drags a couple of guys across the line for his 4th touchdown of the night.
Yeah, so that same concept, you got the same post, and you got a post and a wheel by number 2. I mean, they're just wearing that concept out, and then he's just hitting different people out of it. But
that's
great throwing catch. Great throwing catch. Wonderful.
And up 42-6, the kickoff from Kennedy. He boots it deep. It lands at the 5, and this time it's picked up by, and I can't tell if that was George Cannon. Yeah, number 2, George Cannon, the sophomore. He runs right, gets about 20 yards on the return out to the 20, let's call it the 25.
Yeah, it's good he got his hands on the ball, got himself a return there here towards the end, and good job pushing it out past the 20. Clock continues to roll, but
it's the.
Let's see if they keep it.
Yeah, they're going to keep it rolling with a 35-point deficit.
No, just the Kaiser's still in at quarterback. I don't know who else they would go to, I guess, but here you got your jet sweep guy.
Sweep guy on the right side, and he's in motion.
Yeah,
and he takes that jet sweep, and he had the touchdown. That's Wells Henderson. That's Wells Henderson.
thinking just pieces, building pieces for next year as well.
Yep.
As far as, who you're getting the ball to, who's handling things.
Wells Henderson he should get a lot of touches next year.
Yeah,
he
really
is a good-looking ball player.
Yeah.
3 yards on first down. Let's call it 2nd and 7. Under 4 minutes to play. The clock continues to run. And he comes back to Kaiser, and on the right side, Kaiser across the 50, and that's got to be a horse collar, no? He's brought down by Donovan Taylor.
Yeah, I couldn't tell where his hand placement was on
right.
it, So that's good, design call there on the quarterback run with the tackle pulling on that too.
A good fake there. And
a little quarterback counter.
Counter quarterback. He comes around. He gets across midfield, and
it was clean.
Yeah, it's clean. 25 yards or 24 yards on that second down run. Into Floyd Central territory at the 49.
Under the 3-minute mark.
And under 3 minutes now. Kaiser bobbles a snap, and that delay gives him about 7 yards. He charges up the middle, about 6 yards, let's call it.
See Wells Henderson here on the sideline taking a little knee, trying to get a breather. My man's been trying to string some plays together.
He has done a heck of a job on that offense. But then New Albany draws a flag. Motion penalty, looked like. And Kaiser all alone in the backfield. You have the motion man. George Cannon fakes the handoff. He tries to keep it. And Kaiser, that Taylor hit is going to hurt. Donovan Taylor came in late to finish off Kaiser.
They try to pull the backside guard again, to try to wrap for the front side play linebacker right
There's
there.
There's going to be a personal foul on Taylor there. So that's a 15-yard penalty, and they'll march that off. That'll take you to the 39 of Floyd Central, but the clock's still running as it's a moving clock, a running clock. As Floyd Central went up 35-0 early in this second half. Midway through the third quarter, about 7:25 through the third quarter, they got their 5th touchdown of the night, mauled to Matt Polk to go up 35-0. New Albany scored a 13-yard pass from Kaiser to Wells Henderson. Kick was blocked. And now there's going to be a timeout, New Albany. So we'll take a timeout as well when we return. New Albany with 1:07 to go. Let's see if they can put another score on the board. Stay with us on Glycod.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
Welcome back. Burkefield here at New Albany. Marty Lowe and Paul Najar here in the booth. And with 1:07 left, New Albany calls a timeout. Running clock. And, Marty, this is a chance from the 39. You want to get one more score, don't you?
Yeah, he's trying to. I mean, you want to kind of finish the season on a strong note. I mean, so, trying to get the right play call, to give your guys a chance to finish on a good note instead of just, dialing up a play. Kind of like it.
And there, Clay Kaiser couldn't hand it off to, did not get a good exchange to Jamal Chambers. He took a hit, too, to Kaiser, and Chambers did as well. Fumble results in a 3-yard loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, it looked like the ball hit him in the kneecap or something like that, or kind of ricocheted off his leg.
Kaiser has taken a lot of lumps tonight, but he's had a heck of a game. A couple of big runs, big touchdown pass. Kaiser takes the snap, fakes, runs left. He goes outside, trying to get the corner, And he is knocked out of bounds. Nope, their clock is still running. Just across the 40-yard line goes Kaiser.
And he's been fighting the entire night. I mean, getting his offense lined up properly, just making sure, shuttling the bodies in and out, getting the play call, on such short notice with an injury, So I really take my hat off to him.
Absolutely.
And the job he's done tonight.
Hold on, New Albany, and that will do it. As the clock winds down to 0, it's the Highlanders of Floyd Central 42, New Albany 6, and that will do it in this rivalry contest. The teams line up to shake hands, and we'll come back with our post-game programming, including a scoring summary and our most outstanding players of the game, as well as a look ahead to Glycod programming next week. Stay with us. We'll be back with our post-game program right here on Glycod.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on home insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the neighbors first before buying a house.
What?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Contact Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
You wouldn't notice or smell radon, yet this dangerous gas is the #1 cause of cancer among non-smokers. 1 in 3 Indiana homes tested show radon above safe levels, and those levels tend to spike during the winter when closed windows prevent heat and radon from escaping. If you live in Floyd County, you can get a free radon test kit while supplies last from the Floyd County Health Department. For more information, contact them at 812-948-4726. A message from the Floyd County Health Department.
You cannot depend on Beth to choose the best meal to go.
Is that soup? No, thank you.
But you can always depend on her car starting because she has an Interstate battery, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
At German American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by German American Bank, home of the School Spirit Check Card, and sponsor of tonight's final numbers. Visit any of their branches or bank online at GermanAmerican.com.
Welcome back to New Albany's Burkefield. New Albany High School drops 42-6 decision to a crosstown rivalry. Floyd Central, the Highlanders, improved to 8-1 on the season. Floyd Central does to 8-1, and New Albany closes out their campaign at 0-9. Alongside Marty Lowe, I'm Paul Najar. I want to remind everyone, if you own a business and would like to find out more about corporate partnerships on Glycod in our growing free-to-watch high school athletics platform, please drop us a note at info.glycod.com. As we mentioned, tonight's scoreboard is presented by Call's Body Shop, but we're not going to that just yet, are we, Scott? No. So we've got our scoring summary presented by German American Bank, home of the School Spirit Check Guard. Visit GermanAmerican.com for more information. As we mentioned, we had that first half, a bevy of scoring, 4 touchdowns from the Highlanders of Floyd Central. At 7:52 of the first quarter, 10-yard touchdown run by Luke Jacoby. Field goal or extra point from Nolan Kennedy was good to make it 7-0. At 2:41 of the first, an 11-yard touchdown pass from Jack Mall, the quarterback for Floyd Central, to Luke Jacoby. And the kick from Kennedy was good, 14-0. Second quarter, third time was a charm. 3 scores in a row. That's a natural hat trick. 20-yard touchdown run by Luke Jacoby. The kick from Kennedy was good, and then just over 2 minutes later, a 14-yard touchdown run from Sebastian Robertson. Said, let's get someone else other than that Jacoby kid on the scoreboard. Kick was good, so it was up 28-0 at the half. Floyd Central. 7:25 on their first possession in the second half. Floyd Central takes it down the field. 3-yard touchdown pass from Mall to Matt Polk. Made it, the extra point was good, made it from Kennedy, and made it 35-0. Then New Albany finally got on the board with the running clock. 8:58 of the fourth quarter. 13-yard touchdown pass from Kaiser to Wells Henderson. And Jalen Wells Henderson, he made a lot of plays happen tonight and was in on a lot of plays. Several long passes that fell incomplete, but Jalen Wells Henderson gets the home team on the board. Kick extra point was blocked, so it was 35-6. And then with 5:59 to play, Floyd Central comes right back. 32-yard touchdown pass from Jack Mall to Luke Jacoby. His 4th touchdown of the night. The extra point was good to make it 42-6 as our final score. Those are your final scoring numbers presented by German American Bank, home of the School Spirit Check Card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for more information. We'll have a look at our scoreboard ticker when we return on Glycod.
Community action of Southern Indiana's Head Start program continues to make a difference in development and school readiness with children from birth to age 5. As a proud community partner, Cassie is more than childcare because they also help families seek success, combat hunger, and afford housing. Visit 201 East 15th Street in Jeff or check out their array of programs at cassie1.org. Community action of Southern Indiana and Head Start. Helping people, changing lives.
State Farm helps make renters insurance simple. Our agents are dedicated to understanding your needs to help you choose the right coverage.
Call State Farm agent Teresa Lamb in New Albany today.
This is what excellence in construction looks like. It's a startup company that launched in 1980 under the leadership of a husband and wife team who had a vision for growing something great, the American dream. It's 2 sons who have worked hard and earned the opportunity to carry on the legacy from the ground up. It's nearly 300 employees with common culture and commitment to construction. Some of the region's most visible and ambitious projects with the same heart, passion, and drive. It's our experience, our innovation, our reputation, and core values that set us apart. Mack Construction. This is what excellence looks like.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
Whether you're a new or long-time patient, you know that when you call Dr. Todd Carter, you'll be treated like family. For over 25 years, Dr. Carter's been providing quality dentistry for patients throughout Southern Indiana, from regular dental exams and cleaning to restorative and cosmetic procedures. Let their dedicated and established team take care of your family today. Call Dr. Todd Carter at 812-944-5155 or visit drtoddcarter.com.
Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it's not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities and Our Place.
At German American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
Welcome back. We are back at Burkefield. Marty Lowe, and I'm Paul Najar. And we are in our postgame segment. We'll have our most outstanding players of the game coming up. But right now, we want to let you know about our scoreboard. Tonight's scoreboard is presented by Call's Body Shop. They'll make it like new. Call's Body Shop, they'll make it like new. And you see the ticker on the bottom of the screen there, our scores tonight. And Marty, a tough one for a New Albany team, so young, so injured, a freshman quarterback who is, by all accounts, making big strides, and he gets injured. They have to run a makeshift offense.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe it's just the coach and me, or just, understanding you're always trying to find an angle, to stay positive and understanding what you're focused on in the present and then for the future as well. So, my hat's off to that coaching staff, to be able to rally the kids, to even, to hit the fade at the end, and even, making plays defensively and, still putting your hat in there, because that's a tough situation to be in.
We're up here in the press box right now as we're shutting things down on the field, but we see the games out there on the ticker, and we have to thank Call's Body Shop for that. Call's Body Shop, they'll make it like new. We're going to take our last break, and when we return, we'll have our most outstanding players as well as a look ahead to games coming up next week on Glycod.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
When young people need a place to go and someone to help, there's always a safe place nearby. Clark County Youth Shelter and Family Services, a local nonprofit organization, designates businesses and organizations throughout Clark and Floyd counties as safe places, which offer immediate help and safety to area youth who are experiencing crises. For more information on these safe places and a list of locations, visit ccysfs.org. This is a message from the Clark County Youth Shelter.
This is what excellence in construction looks like. It's a startup company that launched in 1980 under the leadership of a husband and wife team who had a vision for growing something great, the American dream. It's 2 sons who have worked hard and earned the opportunity to carry on the legacy from the ground up. It's nearly 300 employees with common culture and commitment to construction, some of the region's most visible and ambitious projects with the same heart, passion, and drive. It's our experience, our innovation, our reputation, and core values that set us apart. Mack Construction. This is what excellence looks like.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on home insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the neighbors first before buying a house.
What?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Contact Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
And welcome back. We are at Burkefield here at New Albany High School. It was 42-6, the final. The Highlanders of Floyd Central defeated the New Albany Bulldogs. And now it's time to take a look at our most outstanding players of the game, brought to you by Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page. For a quote on home, auto, or life insurance, contact Packy at 812-202-7271. He puts you in good hands. All right, for our winning side, the visitors from Floyd Central, we had none other than 4-touchdown standout Luke Jacoby.
Yeah, you hit pay dirt 4 times like that, and then, seam post, you ran the ball. I mean, in just all kind of different ways. So, as well as he played and just watching those quick little feet, hit the ground, it was nice watching him play. But, the plays that he made, especially, as the game went on.
Definitely an X factor. Two touchdowns receiving, 2 running. Luke Jacoby, number 12 for Floyd Central, your Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page, most outstanding player. And for the homestanding New Albany Bulldogs, you had a lot to choose from as far as, players who are trying to make contributions out of position. You had Kaiser at quarterback, Clay Kaiser, who, played running back his entire year, and he was forced into emergency duty as the starting quarterback. Kaiser played well, but so did Jamal Chambers. But most outstanding player for New Albany,
Jalen Wells Henderson.
Jalen Wells Henderson. He caught the touchdown pass on the fade, had some really good jet sweep runs and runs up the middle, but also a guy who just did not take a play off. He would run down the field on those long go patterns, and those routes add up, but they couldn't convert. They were so close so many times. They finally got that touchdown. So New Albany Bulldog Jalen Wells Henderson, the most outstanding player from Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page. He puts you in good hands. For a quote on home, auto, or life insurance, contact Packy at 812-202-7271. And now a look at next week's schedule, brought to you by HKC Roofing. Better than guaranteed at HKC Roofing. So we look at next week's schedule. And next week, Friday, October 24th, 7 p.m., Bullitt East at Mail. We have Ballard at Eastern, George Rogers Clark at Douglas. That should be a good one. Shelby County at Western Hills at 7:30, and also at 7:30, Woodford County at Anderson County. Schedule subject to change, but that is our schedule for next week. Again, Bullitt East at Mail, Ballard at Eastern, George Rogers Clark at Douglas, Shelby County at Western Hills, and Woodford County at Anderson County. There you have it, folks. A 42-6 win for the Floyd Central Highlanders over the New Albany Bulldogs. A really good showing from New Albany. And, Marty, I got to tell you, a really good showing from Floyd Central. But New Albany also putting up a game effort here on senior night.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, putting their hat in the ring. Senior night, get down on the scoreboard, but still, fighting the whole way.
Well, we want to thank you all for watching, as well as we want to thank our Chief Executive Officer, Chris LaBar. He runs the show for Glycod. And the guy who runs the actual game product, the executive producer, Steve Bird. On-site producer, want to thank Scott Moore, as well as our camera person, Josh Breeden. And this guy right here, Marty, always a pleasure to work with you. I know you want to get to see a game tonight, another game tonight, right? You're going to be watching football all night.
Probably so.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's a good one going on.
Cardinals going on. Yeah, so for Marty Lowe, I'm Paul Najar. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a good night.
From Glycod, this has been Southern Indiana High School Football. Presented by Red Ball Recycling, Southern Indiana's premier recycling solution. Tonight's game was brought to you by Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page. He puts you in good hands. Mac Construction. Experience, reputation, solutions. Our place, where change is possible together. Interstate Batteries. Outrageously dependable since 1952. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Priority Radiology in New Albany. You have a choice. Community Action of Southern Indiana's Head Start program, helping people, changing lives. And by German American Bank, Northside Security, Call's Body Shop, and the City of New Albany.
Visit Glycod.com and follow us on social media for information about upcoming broadcasts and other high school sports content. Thank you for watching this live sports presentation on Glycod.